Yep. And now, the Sayer Wrightwood Report. With your anchors, John Sayer and Carrie Wrightwood.
Good evening, St. William. Our top story tonight. Several people in the audience wear glasses for no apparent reason. More on that as the story develops. Just a joke, people. Joke. No reason.
You gotta wait till I got done testing out the glasses, you weasel, you.
A new videotape from Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden calls for jihad unless Southside Irish Parade is reinstated.
North Korea has reportedly launched a missile that has brought down Mary Poppins. Observers report hearing a chitty chitty and then a bang bang!
California prison official says O.J. Simpson's joy was short-lived before he learned a bailout had nothing to do with him.
We have just received word of a power outage on the west side. And for that story, let's go to Luke Stickmaster.
Lily.
Lily. Oh, it's Lily. Hi,
Lily,
Lily.
thank you very much. I'm Lily Stickmaster, and I'm out here in suburban River Grove with Dave Shopley from ComEd on the phone, trying to get this mess straightened out. Dave, what seems to be the problem?
My wife. We're having chili again. Third time this week.
No, the power outage. What caused the power outage?
A massive thunderstorm, a small fire, a squirrel nibbled a wire. I'm not a swami, pick one.
Well, how long until the energy's restored?
If I get another cup of coffee in me, I'll be peachy. Then you'll see some magic.
Well, let me ask you now, why is it, and people in the audience will relate to this, why is it that people on this side of the block have no lights at all? But the people over there across the street have lights burning.
Maybe they're better people, more deserving of precious light and energy. Have you ever considered that?
Well, no, I haven't.
Well, you see, Lily, what most people don't understand is that what we're dealing with here is an intricate series of breakers, wires, conductors, boosters, carriers, connections, and grids, which can easily result in alleviation of the necessary surge, which can upset the balance of the neutrons and protons that has ramifications far beyond the comprehension of most.
And what exactly does that mean?
Some jackass probably tripped over a cord at the power plant.
Hey, it took me 7 weeks to memorize that stupid line. The least you can do is laugh. You're right.
Well, Dave, we'll let you get back to working with that old wooden pole.
He usually has more of a personality than that. Besides, John is Sicilian.
Hey.
Well, for the Sayer Wrightwood Report, I'm Lily Stinkmaster, and now back to you.
Thank you, Lily. Somali pirates have reportedly hijacked the Love Boat and will not release Captain Stubing unless Gopher mixes them a really good appletini.
President Obama released details of another stimulus package today that proposes a decrease in the appearances by George Lopez and the Jonas Brothers. Obama's popularity immediately went up 20 more points.
The uncertain prices at the gas pump actually create employment for Jack Robitussin. He works for Phil's filling station on Fullerton. For a report, let's go to our own Kathy Kurtweasel. Kathy.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
We're here at Phil's tonight to speak to a man who benefits from the fluctuating gas prices, Jack Robitussin. Jack, can you hear me up there?
Sure can!
What exactly is your job, Jack?
I post the new gas prices up here. Hey, I haven't seen my family in weeks! Hey, buddy, can you throw me a 4? Geronimo! See? Falling prices can hurt too. That's another trade joke. Ha ha ha!
How many times a day do you have to change the prices here anyways?
Well, you see, I wear an electronic collar, and whenever the price moves, the boss shocks me as many cents as necessary. Saves me a trip up and down this ladder. Oh no, here it comes. Ouch! Ouch!
Do you ever get...
Oh, a bird! Get out of here, you filthy crow!
Are birds a hazard?
Yes, but I was talking to you!
Hey! Do you ever get a break?
Funny you should ask. The other day, I got a hairline fracture of the right hand giving the finger to angry motorists. Like this is my fault?
I meant a vacation. Do you get vacation?
This fall, and I should not say fall, I'm going moose hunting with Sarah Palin. Here it comes. Youch! Wow! Yee, 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 yee!
Reporting from Phil's Filling on Cold where prices are falling. Kathy Kirkby's back to you.
Kathy? Wow. Oh, the new White House puppy charmingly wet a rug in the Oval Office today. Unfortunately, Vice President Biden was wearing it at the time.
The Department of Immigration reports more problems at the border, but this time at the Canadian border. Americans are trying to sneak back over the Canadian border and back into this country following the end of George Bush's presidency.
In an effort to further stimulate the economy, President Obama is asking all Americans to turn their clocks back to 1998.
As is tradition in town, whenever something newsworthy happens, Chicago's own hilarious comic actor Jim Belushi is there. Tonight, Belushi was in front of the cameras again, but not for a sports rally, but to take the sting out of something a little more serious. Our reporter, Bonnie Bray, was there.
Chicago personality Jim Belushi is at it again, but this time as host of a little different type of event. He's entered the room now. Let's listen.
Hello, Chicago. Great to be here. Go Cubs! We all know that our city's in a little bit of a financial bind, but it doesn't have to get us all down. We'll get through it. Yes, we will. But in the meantime, we have to make a few budget cuts, and tonight we're here to lay off some of Chicago's finest. Now, I know what you're all thinking. This is probably going to increase our chances of getting beat up, mugged, maybe even murdered. But if you're worried about that, watch According to Jim. It's a little sitcom I'm involved in that runs right here in Chicago on WGN. And in the meantime, I'm sure the officers that we keep on the streets will up their game and keep our misery to a minimum. So now let's get to the serious business and lay off some mighty fine officers. Officer Charlie Parker, thanks for your years of service, but if we want salt on the streets this winter, we gotta say goodbye for a while. The guys at the station say this guy's a real pistol, and now he's turning it in. Mike Kennedy, everybody. Come on, Mike. Mike, please. She led the precinct in arrests, and now she gets arrested. Molly McGovern, y'all. Come on, Mike. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Molly.
Hoping to take the sting out of the layoffs, the city hired Jim Belushi to cushion the blow, as Cardinal George was on holiday. Whether the strategy works or not, the policemen and women of Chicago will be out of work. And Belushi's sitcom isn't making anyone's life any easier either. As Belushi dismisses a 32-year veteran, this is Bonnie Gray reporting for the Sayre Wrightwood Report.
This guy put so many guys behind bars, now he gets to spend some time in front of a bar. Officer Teddy Wesley, come on up here and get let go, you knucklehead. Yeah, Teddy, you gotta get it up. Come on, Teddy. Thanks a lot, Teddy.
Okay, for you
Thanks a
single
lot, Teddy.
ladies, I still got my hand.
Hey, I'm the funniest Chicagoan ever. Go Cubs! Yeah!
A softer side of Chicago mobster Al Capone is on display in Boston this weekend as an archives dealer attempts to sell an inscribed copy of a song the gangster penned called Madonna Mia. Well, the Sayre Wrightwood Report has unearthed more Capone-composed songs. The More I Shoot You, You Give Perjury a Bad Name, and I Just Called to Threaten Your Mother.
And now, from the latest from Wall Street, our business reporter, Hugh Ann Broke, the finance bloke. Hugh Ann.
All right, find out what's going on in Wall Street.
Yeah,
All right. Oh, well, UN, how's business?
Thanks.
You're welcome, UN. How's Wall Street doing?
Do you have a tissue?
No, no tissues.
Why don't you have a tissue?
It's not in the budget. Can you just tell us what's
All the humanity, all the horror, all the agony.
No.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Things will get better.
Wow. Well, it looks like another down day on Wall Street.
But you know, hopefully things will be better. Oh, well, apparently not.
Maybe not.
Apparently not.
Okay.
All right, a McDonald's Golden Arches sign in Arizona toppled off its pedestal, injuring a Naperville couple yesterday. The couple suffered lacerations and fractures, but doctors say they are both in better condition than they would have been had they actually eaten there.
Well, now for a report of purse snatching from the western suburbs, our own Cynthia Hartsweller with that story. Cynthia?
Thank you so much. I'm talking with Veronica Pata, who was a victim of a purse snatching on this block yesterday. Veronica, sweetie, what can you tell us?
Well, I was walking home the other day after a hard day at work.
Oh, isn't work awful? I had some bad days too. We all know what that's like, my darling.
Well, anyways, I had my purse and I had it clutched up against my coat.
Oh, cream puff, that is a wonderful coat. Is it warm?
Well, yeah, it's quite warm, but I was minding my own business.
Oh, you have to, kitten liquor. My mama always told me not to mind anybody's business but your own. You don't get into trouble that way, I tell you that, honey bunch.
He was right, and he came up to me and he grabbed my arm.
Oh, that must have been frightening, cucumber butt. I mean, really, to have some strange hands suddenly just latch on to you. I had that happen to me once down on 57, so I know what you must have been thinking, sweet buttercorn. Oh, baby.
Yeah, well, before I knew it,
Oh, sugar lips, isn't that the worst? When before you even know something, it happens? I mean, it's just like totally unexpected. Something happens and you wasn't even thinking about it. Right, candy butt?
well, I just was walking and he grabbed my purse and he ran with it.
You know what? My son got cross-checked in a hockey game one time, noogie pudding pop. And I was so mad. And there was nothing I could do. So I can imagine how this must have affected you, sirloin burger.
Well, let me tell you, it was a lot less frightening and scary than this interview.
Thank you so much, my furry little toilet seat. For sharing this story and telling all our wonderful, beautiful viewers out there to be careful. You have really been a help, puppy stains. And now, back to my two special mint blossoms back in the studio. Love you both.
Do we call 911 or just move on?
No, let's move on.
Okay, well, chaos at a music festival in San Francisco tonight as the Birds brought down Jefferson Airplane into Jennifer Hudson.
Officials in the Roland Burris campaign released a report yesterday showing that Burris raised only $845 from January through March, but said that's still $840 more than they expected.
And now for all the good news and weather, here is our own Bob safely.
Bob! Right from Shaky.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Carrie, for that splendid introduction. And while it pales in comparison with Cynthia, I have a great deal of affection for you both.
Well, we love you too, Bob.
It is with deep regret that I must inform you that clouds and a few sprinkles cast a distinct pall over the opening of this day. Dejection, depression, delusion are weather watchwords. I wish from the bottom of my heart, in fact from the very depths of my soul, that the sweet sunshine would break through. But alas, it is not to be. And on behalf of myself and my family, our sincerest apologies. The current temperature is 52. Fewer than the number of people who perished on the Titanic, but more than the amount of vitamins in a single glass of tomato juice, to put it in some perspective. Remember it. Savor it. Pull on a sweater, my friends, and celebrate it. Celebrate it. And I bring news of an expansive high-pressure system moving east, and the result will be the thing that we crave, the thing that we seek on a day such as today. We will take delivery on the sun that will nourish both mind and body. Light winds, low humidity, bliss beyond compare. Here then is the forecast. Today, we cope with clouds, a reflection of our own inner demons, with a 60% chance that the rain that does fall will add to our growing despair. The high temperature today will be 60 degrees, which is the new 40 degrees. So for the love of all that's holy, Chicagoans, dress accordingly, I beg you.
That's a good one.
Tonight, exceedingly dark, with a few streaks of light before daybreak. The night sky will be mostly clear, but few of you will note or care, content to sleep in peaceful bliss as the temperature drops to 50. The age a man first begins to consider his own mortality. Aye, but tomorrow brings the sun, the promise of spring fulfilled, weather in which a game of baseball can be savored, fine weather for anything from a picnic lunch in the park to a Greek Orthodox priest tossing holy water in a dugout. The high temperature will be in the 60s. The era of Vietnam and the civil rights movement that made my mother cry and my father drink to wretched excess. Though tomorrow is promised to no man, all 80 computer models indicate that, as always, clouds and rain be vanquished. Abundant sunshine doth prevail. Yay. As always, this weather segment brought to you by Rocker's Gas Axer. Axe your gas with Gas Axer. Do it now. That's the weather. Dress accordingly, John and Carrie.
Thank you, Bob. The least popular name for Cat's List was released today, and the least popular name for Kitty is Osama Bin Litter, followed by Mayor Taylor and Mew Peterson. Roland Torres came in fourth.
I got a new dog. I named her Annabelle.
The winner of American Idol will be crowned next month. The winner of American Idol will be crowned next month and receive an all-expense-paid cruise off the coast of Somalia.
In tonight's special report, our I-Team goes to hell, much like our ratings. Reporter Chuck Howdy descends into hell for an exclusive visit with the Prince of Evil.
Take it away, Chuck.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
This is Chuck Howdy reporting live from the bowels of hell tonight to speak to the most evil person in creation.
Sorry, Chuck. Dick Cheney ain't here yet. That's a little political humor. He was vice president.
Yes, I know. Now, Mephistopheles,
Just call me Dirtbag.
how informal of you. I want to thank you for giving us this exclusive look into your evil kingdom. I am amazed at the spaciousness of this place.
Well, nothing's too good for the hopelessly damned, Chuck. It's not much of a place, but it's my own private little hell.
Yes, and I couldn't help but noticing you even have a coat room.
Yes, and those parkas you see there go on eBay tomorrow. For a while, it looked like there was going to be a chill down here, but the Cubs took care of that.
And I couldn't help but noticing that kind of quaint-looking little row of torture chamber townhomes.
Yes, Gehenna Acres. Sorry, Chuck, those are spoken for. Cook County politicians who raise the sales tax have dibs on those. Wait till you see what we got planned for the guy who invented traffic circles.
Well, I'll be damned.
Hey, you've been looking at my reservation book?
Cross my heart. Oh my gosh, what is that horrific sounding music amidst the wailing and gnashing of teeth?
Yes, that's our music room, where we serenade the excessively evil with Jessica Simpson CDs. But you know, Chuck, you're not the only Chicago broadcaster who's visiting us tonight. A certain Chicago weather forecaster, excuse me.
Oh, really?
This is hell. Freeze is over, and so's Chuck Howdy.
That's a real terrible joke, Mr. Dirtbag. Well, now, on a serious note, what about these charges that you consistently ordered the scorching and torturing of people that may have only been guilty of unintentional evil?
If you're referring to the producers of The Osbournes Rewired, see my lawyer.
Hey, is that Donald Trump?
Yes, he's making a reservation. He might be my apprentice, not sure. Look, Chuck, I'd love to sweat and wail with you a little bit longer, but I'm meeting with the producers of Dancing with the Stars tonight. And if all goes as planned, a certain reptilian-looking bundle of evil incarnate will be kicking up his hoofs with Serena Williams.
Hey. Well, folks, reporting from hell, this is Chuck Howdy. For more hellish reporting, let's go back to the news desk.
Thank you, Chuck.
Stay cool,
In Texas, former President George Bush is enjoying his retirement, but not as much as the rest of the country is.
I'm sorry. The World Health Organization is warning tonight of an outbreak of indecision, but they don't know if it will happen or not.
Sad news from Frostbite Falls, Minnesota, where beloved cartoon icon Rocky the Flying Squirrel was found flattened by a banana truck last evening. Services are scheduled for Monday with the eulogy to be provided by Captain Peach Fuzz. No arrest has been made, but police are seeking a short, fat Russian with a shapely woman companion, last seen trying to take over the world. Rocky the Squirrel is survived by his life partner, Bullwinkle J. Moose. In lieu of fan mail from some flounder, donations should be sent to the Dudley Do-Right Foundation.
Now, with our special feature spotlighting people that are just boring enough to deserve some attention, Harry Potterfield with Someone You Should Know.
Harry Potterfield.
Hello, I'm Harry Potterfield, and Stanley Steamer is a young man with a dream. That dream to bring the historical meaning of luncheon meat to the masses. Stanley Steamer is someone you should know. One day last week, I lost rock, paper, scissors, and was assigned to meet young Stosh in his Schaumburg home. Stan, what made you take an interest in the historical value of lunch meat?
Well, I was tired of playing Overlord on the Wii, and I really needed something that would waste some serious time. Plus, I was hoping all this meat would give me some bread.
Well, let's see some of your collection.
I've got a bunch of baloney from the first Bush administration, and it was passed down to the second, and given to many people, so it isn't that rare.
And what do we have here?
This is meatloaf once served to meatloaf, just before a concert, I think.
And this obviously is a sausage of some historical value?
Served by President Clinton back in '94, Harry. And speaking of sausage, Harry, this is donated blood sausage courtesy of Northwest Hospital.
You have a selection of meat here, Stan.
Those are some cuts from O.J. Simpson. A few people got those. And of course, this extensive collection here.
And what are those?
Cold cuts collected from the Cubs locker room after they blew it in 1984, in 2003, and 2004, in 2007, and in 2008. Whew. I'm going to have to invest in a new meat locker.
And this burger?
If this burger could talk, it would mean it needs a little more in the way of cooking. That's a little meat collection humor, Harry. I'm a caution.
Indeed. And this?
You heard about the beef Roland Burrs had with the Senate?
And I understand that this is your most prized item right here.
Yes. 2 meats of distinction, Harry. A moose burger that Sarah Palin made with her own hands, and a rifle. And a dinosaur burger that John McCain had when he was just a boy. He couldn't finish it. This is extremely toxic meat from a blowfish. I was going to have this in a sandwich if those 2 were elected.
And this has got to be the oddest looking sandwich I've ever seen. It appears to be tuna, peanut butter, liverwurst, sardines, garlic, parakeet waste, and carrots. Now, who in the heck would be twisted enough to eat such a hideous concoction?
Hey, that's my lunch!
Well, I'm Harry Potterfield, and Stanley Steamer is someone you should know if you're really desperately lonely.
Thanks, Harry.
Like his father did when the White Sox won the pennant back in 1959, Mayor Daley let the air raid sirens blast tonight in celebration of his purchase of a new hat.
In recession news, President Lincoln now appears clean-shaven on the new penny, while the $20 bill now features Alexander Hamilton without pants.
And now, with breaking news in the western suburbs, are Michelle Gallardo. Michelle.
Excuse me, that's Michelle Gallardo.
I'm sorry, of course, I meant. Here is our reporter, Michelle Gallardo.
No, please. It's Michelle Gallardo. Don't insult my family, okay?
My apologies, of course. Now, here's our reporter, Michelle Gallardo.
Look, I don't want to have to hurt you, okay? I am Michelle Gallardo, and I slice you like I am a tobacco farmer. You got me?
I'm sorry. Listen, now here's our reporter with breaking news in the western suburbs. Take it away, whoever you are. Just go.
Thank you,
go.
anchor
right.
person. This is Michelle Gallardo, and this quiet neighborhood in the western suburbs was shaken by a random beating that sent one man to the hospital with minor injuries. The beating took place right here on Rosebud Lane, a peaceful community where neighbors hold weekly coffees and gather to go to church every Sunday. An unidentified assailant jumped and punched a cop until he spoke pig Latin, according to the police. say Echo Clock is a white man, and why anyone would want to beat him until he thought he was Betsy Ross, no one knows. Who would have the nerve to beat a man? A man who can't defend himself. That kind of senseless violence is something no one in this neighborhood or this person can understand. This is Misha Girato.
Who?
Misha Girato, you sit down, shut up, beat you some more. Now back to you, studio.
Thank you, Miss, well, whoever you are. Thank you very much. Go Cubs!
Oliver Stone, director of W, a movie about former President Bush, has another political movie coming out dealing with vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin, titled simply, Why?
A local man who shares the same name as the infamous Drew Peterson has gone to court to change his name to avoid further scorn and embarrassment. His new name, George Bush. As many of you might have read, Mayor Daley recently got his own channel on YouTube. Well, the Sayre Wrightwood Report has got a tape of his very first YouTube show, and we'll view it right on our own computer. So now, let's take a look at Mayor Daley's YouTube show.
Good evening. I'm the mayor. Did you eat yet? I just had a wonderful Chicago sandwich made with stuff I had the staff buy me at the Jewels.
If you're not going to finish that, I'll
Hey,
be glad to buy
you want
it.
a pop kid? Get out of here, you little sliver now, before I raise the tax on Jonas Brothers CDs. Here. Now let's get to the news. The Republicans got together today, and they killed him. Gutted him like one of our Lake Michigan cars. The city is working on a garbage truck that drives itself, picks up the trash, doesn't take a 3-hour lunch, and skips the home of independent government prosecutors. This is the city that works. Into horoscopes, if you was born today, you owe another $5,000 in property taxes. The city announces that parking within a mile of the great U.S. Cellular Field to support our wonderful White Sox will be free. To make up for any shortfall this might cause, parking will cost $55 an hour in Wrigleyville. Oh yeah, that Ferris wheel over there by the Navy Pier, they stopped that thing while Maggie and I was up at the very top. Made me sick to my marrow stomach. So tomorrow we're tearing it down. And we're gonna pave over the land to make a tiny airport. And if any of you don't like it, you can move to Berwyn. Oh, my fine brother Bill, he deserves a pat in the back for coming up with a way to say tax increase. Some of the suggestions were dollar escalation and civic burglaries. But the winning suggestion was debt bonus. And you're all going to be getting a new debt bonus real soon. And finally, from our political smile file, did you hear the one about the independent prosecutor who tried to investigate City Hall and got all 4 of his tires booted? Well, neither did I. I swear it. I swear it. I swear it. I swear it. That's the Daily Show. Good night, everybody. Support the Olympics.
Sorry about that technical glitch, computers. You know, couples married 50 years recently celebrated their union at Holy Name Cathedral. The couples even received a congratulatory note from ex-Governor Blagojevich reading, "Congratulations on your bleeping golden wedding anniversary."
The price of stamps goes up next month as the post office considers cutting mail back to 5 days a week. That means it'll be particularly difficult to get send my threatening letter to the Postmaster General.
And now it's time for Personality Parade. Celebrity questions to our experts, the Thomas sisters.
Yay! Yay for us! Most of it is for me.
You go, boy. Why do you always say that? You go, boy. That is so 10 years ago. I wish you would stop saying that. Why do you got to say that while we're on the air? You're always trying to make me look dumb or something when we're on the air. How to set your socks on fire. Try it. Shove a groundhog down your shirt and shave your head.
Any letters today?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Here's letter number 1. And these are actual letters. Dear Thomas sisters, what can you tell me about the talented little girl who played Kevin Costner's daughter in the movie Swing Vote? I can't tell you nothing. In fact, you're lucky I don't call the damn police. Mind your own business. Whack jobs. Our second letter. Dear Personality Parade, I am curious about Jonathan Knight of the revived New Kids on the Block. Is he married? Any kids? Are you crazy? Do you need a life? How am I going to afford a loaf of bread? That's what Lanita here is worried about. And you're worried about some joker from the New Kids on the Block? That ain't even music. I'd rather be electrocuted than listen to that crap. Okay, get this one. Dear Thomas sisters, why does Hugh Laurie hold his cane in the wrong hand on the TV show House? Why do you notice stuff like this? You actually took the time to write this? You could have written a letter to the president or sent a donation to Jerry's kids, or you could have written a note to your grandma. But you write us about some actor and how he holds a pretend cane on a fictional TV show? What's the matter with you? You must be dumber than a box of rocks. You're cane in the wrong hands. Somebody ought to cane you. Dear Personality Parade, please settle an argument. My husband says that the cartoon character Tweety Bird is female, and I say that Tweety is male. Who wins and who loses? Mankind loses, and nobody wins. It's a cartoon character. It ain't real. You're thinking about the private parts of a drawing. You and your husband ought to hook up with that other loser and watch yourself some House. See what side that guy carries his cane on, because he ain't real either. Don't go on. I don't know if I have the will to live. Fortunately, they only got time for one more of these letters. Let's see. This one says, Dear Thomas sisters, does Aaron Spelling's widow still live in his huge mansion in L.A.? What do you care? You plan on breaking in? Why don't you just go on minding your own business and don't be worrying about some dead man's estate and what his widow is doing? You want something to worry about? I'll give you something to worry about. Your bank might close tomorrow. But you go on worrying about Aaron Spelling's house. You don't bet. Well, we want to thank you all for all that wonderful mail. Keep those letters rolling in now, you hear?
A new survey reveals that 51% of Americans don't care that their analog TVs will stop working June 12th if it means they won't have to watch Jay Leno in prime time 5 nights a week.
Sorry to interrupt the anchors. Jim Rhodes here with a breaking news story in sports. White Sox manager Ozzie Guillen has been fired. I want my audience to be the first to hear about it. I'll have more about it on my regular report later. But for now, Ozzie Guillen has been fired.
Wow. That's shocking. Jim, we'll look forward to your sports report coming up when we're good and ready. Okay. Coming up, a new study shows an increase in poverty-stricken Americans who will go to bed hungry tonight. But first, the Illinois State Lottery drawing. Good luck, everybody.
And now, the Illinois State Lottery Drawing, supervised by the law firm of Sweat, Byrne, and Peel. And here's Irrigamity Rostaposta with tonight's drawing.
Good evening, American dogs who seek wealth through state-run games of chance. I am Moscow's Irrigamity Rostaposta, here with tonight's tribute to American greed. Good luck to all! This ball tonight? you would be dead popsically.
No, me.
Rusty Posta, his pleasure. Later, butcher shop and young like Wolverine. Back to balls. Second ball tonight is the one. Also number of countries Russia has invaded in last year. But Nike is still young. And now, third and final ball tonight is also the one. A system not smart enough to think about the numbers, I guess. So tonight, the number that brings pleasure to aching American weasels is 611. Or 911. I do not know. I'm here to give me Rosti Posta. See you tomorrow night. Please to bite me.
A new study of fast food conducted by the Surgeon General determines that fast food is less healthy than devouring cracked pieces of glass over asbestos sheeting. Informed of the findings, a spokesman for the fast food industry said, throw a slice of cheese on that, we'll call it the McBestos.
And now for the wild, wacky world of sports, here is our own Jim Rhodes. Jim.
Jim Rose, make that Rhodes here, with a relaxing sports report for a Saturday evening. At Baba beautiful Wrigley Park on Madison, the Cubby Bears took one on the chin from those Motown Milwaukee Brew Crew. Here's Ryan Chevrolet with a report on all the gory goings-on.
Hey, the Cubs actually won today, didn't lose. JR, but you're right about one thing, it's a beautiful park.
Thanks, Ryan. Keep bringing them home, big guy.
Yeah, right, and Motown is actually Detroit.
Red Sox manager Homer Guillen said today that his lineup needs to hit more Aussies to win games. Now, the White Sox start Carlos Zambrano tonight against the Packers to open a 17-game series. No Chi Sox. And in hockey, Old Steer on Ice looks forward to their third straight loss against the Red Sox. Now, our Hawkeroonies are led by Elmer Fudd, one of the leading coaches in all of basketball. And, speaking of bowling, we're going to take the hard win tonight against Quebec. Here's Jeff Landy with a report from the field.
Thanks, JR, but we're actually on the court here at the United Center. But you're right, the Bulls do play tonight.
Thanks, Jeff.
And Quebec has no basketball team.
Well, that'll make the Bulls' task a little bit easier. Okay. Chicago Fire beat San Diego 6-2, 6-love. Serena Williams named player of the game, so congratulations, Venus. Congratulations to one Johnny Tiffin, 2008 graduate of Holy Cross High School in River Grove.
It's close.
Scholarship to SIU, where he's going to be studying to become a major league mascot. Now, Anchors, he'll have the funny body, the big head, and the attitude.
And if that doesn't work out, it sounds like he might be able to handle our sports reports.
Yes, indeed. What? And contrary to what I may have reported earlier, the Cubs actually won today. That might be important to some people.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's always nice to give the right information. Yes, sir.
And just to clarify, White Sox manager Ozzie Guillen has been tired. My earlier report may have indicated he was fired, but he was tired and napping. Hope that clears
Jim? Former Vice President Dick Cheney kicked a Girl Scout, threw a squirrel into a wood chipper, broke a good humor man's arm, and threw a shoe at an orphan, all to celebrate his 35th wedding anniversary. Congratulations, Cheneys!
60% of the Octomom's kids have called for the resignation of Roland Burris. More later. Now it's time to take a look at some of the blockbusters coming soon to a theater near you with our movie critic, Donna Chapeau. be in Mulwin? All right.
You want to go next week?
No, just do the report.
Let's be in Mulwin, we might not be everyone's cup of tea, but this tense futuristic drama about a super race of manly motivated mole maidens out to enslave kangaroos for the purposes of making really comfortable slippers lacks some of the charm that Mark director Kid Hasbro's earlier work, like Meat Men from the Planet Spiffy. Not even a cameo by Adam Sandler as the demented kangaroo handler can save this film from an early date with the video store. Oh Crap, I'm Drowning is a lighthearted romp directed by Dorothy Sands Miller. His first comedy, Paparazzi's A Kleptomaniac, scored well with the under 30 set. In OCID, a teenager intent on being the next Michael Phelps dedicates himself to that goal, despite the fact he weighs 700 pounds. Audiences will also enjoy Jennifer Aniston as his diet doctor. John Taker's Lord Power is the fat swimmer. Sorry about that. I know I'm missing little things. Sorry about that. Anyways, title of this film might give away a little too much here, but Oh Crap, I'm Drowning is a pleasant enough summer comedy, sure to score well at the box office. Finally, John Malkovich is back in Diary of a Spooky Bastard. Forward to play. This one may get early Oscar consideration. That's it from the movie beat, and now back to you. Brookfield Zoo presents its annual Itching at the Zoo next weekend. As always, patrons are invited to scratch themselves vigorously due to the fleas, ticks, and mites that make their home on the animals. The purpose of the event is to illustrate that itching can be both fun and satisfying, as long as you don't contract the Ebola virus. Yeah. Well, moving on. Now fresh from roasting a lamb on his driveway, tribute columnist and expert on the inner workings of Chicago, John Cass.
Thanks. I know how this city works. Believe me, I know. I know the corruption. I know the backroom deals. I know the guy in the fourth row is one of Daly's stooges. I'll tell you that right now. No question about that. Somebody in that kitchen once delivered newspapers to Pastries Banks. I recognize him. Don't worry. I know. One of the priests here. I think he's over there. He gave me a dirty look when I came in here. You know why he did that? Because they don't like guys coming in from another ward making trouble in their ward. That's it. I know how things work. I know the corruption. I know what he was thinking. Don't worry, I know. Hey, your family used to run rum for the outfit back in the 40s? Oh, yeah, they did? Don't tell me, because I know what goes on. Don't tell me that. Hey, didn't you blow on Paul the waiter's dice once? Oh, yeah, you did. I know. You once rode the same Ferris wheel as Jimmy DeLeo. Don't tell me you didn't, because I know. Hey, did you ever read Horton Hears a Who? Yeah. You know what that's really about? Yeah, I know. I know. The Octomom? She gave birth to 8 little precinct captains. Don't think she did. I know. Don't tell me. I know the corruption that goes on around here. I know. Hey, I'll tell you something. Daly, he bought a instant ticket in that new lottery game, The Last Week of the Jackal. He matched 3 teeth. He won $2. He gets a $2 payout. You think Daly ought to accept that $2 payout from the lottery? I don't think so. I don't think that's ethical. I don't think voters buy it. I know what goes on around here, though. I know what goes on. You think Daly's not going to take that $2 payout? He's going to take that $2 payout. You know what? He's going to take that $2 payout. I'll tell you something else. You know that Shockley guy that was out in that first bad bit that they did here? Yeah, he was working that ComEd guy. Yeah, I'll tell you something about Shockley. He's divorced. His ex-wife has a cousin whose brother's uncle lives next door to a guy that knows Daly. So you think that's how he got the job? That's how he got the job. You think I don't know that? I know what's going on here. I know what's going on.
That's all the time we have, Mr. Cass.
That's all the time we have. I know what that is. That's jargon. You think I'm wearing a wire, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you think I'm wearing a wire.
Yes, I do.
I don't think you're right here. I know you're corrupt. I know you're corrupt.
In order to cut costs, the 2010 Academy Awards will move its production from the Hollywood's glamorous Kodak Theater to my yard. I'll give you the address after the show. So, Taco Bell announced today that they will offer a free taco to everyone in the state of Illinois the next time a state politician gets indicted. As this might be taking a promotion usually reserved for ball games a little too far, a spokesman from Taco Bell said, "Why don't you shut up?" And now, a report from Bonnie Bray about one of Chicago's very own. Or Colleen, I'm sorry, Colleen.
Yeah. Chicago baseball fans, especially Northsiders, know this colorful symbol of the baseball season, Ronnie Boo Boo Winkers. He gained fame just by doing this.
Cop, woo! Cop, woo! Cop, woo!
At every game. Sometimes I didn't players' name.
Ramirez, woo! Lee, woo! Soto, woo!
Thanks for joining us, Ronnie.
Joining, woo! Joining, woo! Joining, woo!
How did you begin your shrieking career?
Shriek, woo! Shriek, woo! Shriek, woo!
Guys, he is certainly committed to his craft.
Committed, woo! Committed, woo! Committed, woo!
And his limited vocabulary does not get in the way of his enthusiasm.
Could you ask Ronnie a little question for us, please? Has anyone ever just wanted to beat the bejeebers out of him?
There's your answer. He's Ronnie Boo Winkers, one of Chicago's very own, unfortunately.
All right, and now to solve your consumer complaints, our consumer reporter, Drew Peterson.
Oh.
She's just crazy about it. You're crazy about it. I'm crazy about it. Our first consumer complaint comes from Ms. Linda Wallace, who claims she sent in for a miniature collectible porcelain figurine of Governor Rod Blagojevich with actual growing hair. Well, let me tell you, Game of Goblin Enterprises cashed her check and never sent her the item. Well, I paid a little visit to the president of the company. And not only did Ms. Wallace get her money back, but she was made president of Game of Goblin Enterprises. Do I give results?
Yeah.
Our second consumer complaint comes from Dolores Fructose, a real sweetie. It seems Dolores joined this CD club where you buy a CD every 3 months or something like that. Well, Dolly, as I like to call her, sent in for Celine Dion's They actually pay me for this CD and never got the recording. Well, let me tell you, I talked to the company and they claimed the disc was out of stock. But after I mentioned who I am, not only did Dolly get her money back, they made arrangements to sign her to a recording contract. Again, results like only I could attain them, eh? Finally, folks, I know you can't wait. Kate Palin. No relation to the hockey mama, I don't think. Seems Katie's a little sad. Her pet snapping turtle went to its reward during what was to be a routine operation. Now, I talked to the vet, and he claims no responsibility. But I say, the turtle ran away with another man and faked its own death. Now, folks, if there's any more complaints you wish me to look into, send me a message. But please, no cops. Back to you.
This just in, Chicago has lost its bid for the 2016 Olympics. The OOC made a surprise visit to town yesterday and didn't have enough quarters to feed the damn parking meters.
And now here's a quick recap of this week's Hollywood happenings with our own Thomas sisters.
Oh, they're back again.
Okay. Maria Tosca Simmons announced that she and Hollywood hunk Richard Todd Rollins are expecting twins this fall. Meanwhile, Tanya Mulholland has signed to star in 2 movies in 2010, one about the life of the mortal Josephine Lux. Mulholland's agent, Jeremy Gomez, married Courtney Livingston in Spain last weekend, and rapper Esposito Zoom Zoom made news when he got into a battle with a photographer outside of Mukasa last week. Police were called, and the rapper, whose hit album, I Am, You Are Too, went platinum last week, was freed on bond. That's the report from Hollywood.
What are you looking at? I don't know who any of those people are. I never heard of one of them.
I tell you all the time, get a subscription to People magazine, or at least watch TMZ once in a while.
There ain't no Esposito Zoom Zoom.
There is too.
There's not.
There
There
is.
is not.
There is too.
Nobody named their child Esposito Zoom Zoom.
Okay, I made it all
I
up.
knew it.
But nobody knows who anybody is anymore. They're all on a CW. Nobody knows any of them.
The Easter Bunny ain't for real either.
Don't be saying that.
There's no Zoom Zoom.
Shut up.
Yeah, gotta love them.
Now, for a report on eating out in tough economic times, here is our food critic, the Hungry Mendicant.
Ta, John and Carrie.
Oh, hello, Hungry.
I dined at the Recession Cafe recently, and you know what they say. Nobody knows a great cup of Java like the homeless. And when I saw men in tattered suits sitting on the sidewalk outside the Recession Cafe, panhandling and singing railroad tunes while playing their harmonicas, I knew I had discovered a gem. This is a no-frills place. The bathrooms aren't particularly clean, and the walls have what appear to be a blood stain or two on them. But the food gang, if you like your bread with some substance to it, crusty but not likely to break your teeth, then this is the place for you to go. We arrived on a special day. Outdated packets of blueberry jelly were available for spreading at no extra cost. And they were putting ice cubes in the glasses of water, making us forget that those glasses weren't the cleanest we had ever seen. Bread and water is $3 if ordered at the counter, and $3.50 if you want a vagrant to bring it to your portion of the floor. Here's a restaurant thriving in tough economic times. The Recession Cafe gets a mendicant rating of a gag and a half. Maybe you like your spaghetti straight up. Just some well-cooked noodles with some sauce poured over them, without any of those fancy pestos, herbs, or seasonings. Spaghetti like your crazed aunt used to make for you every other Sunday. Well, that's what you get at Della Depression, the little Italian place catering to the nearly penniless. We ordered the poor man's tortellini, which wasn't tortellini at all, just some stringy pasta with a modestly warm can of contadina tomato paste poured over it, served with a souvenir plastic fork. Della Depression offers a wide variety of wines that have gone indescribably horrid. But we found that they made the contadina easier to digest. For dessert, my companion and I chose the peanut butter cookies from that plant in Georgia that poisoned the life out of a few people. We're both happy to report that cramping has been minimal. Our entire meal came in at $2.09. On weekends, Della Depression offers the piano stylings of Suicide Sid, the ex-investment banker who was recently in the news for trying to auction off one of his ears on eBay. Della Depression also gets a mendicant's rating of a gag and a half. Next week, more great places to eat in tough economic times, including Thai food Marys. So ciao for now, John and Carrie, and bon aperitif.
Thanks.
Hero pilot Chesley Sullenberger completed yet another miracle landing today when he successfully put down an Airbus on Rod Blagojevich's hair.
A man on his way to the bank was delayed by a 3-hour freight train that stopped at the Grand and Harlem crossing last week. When the gates finally went up, the man discovered his bank had gone under and a Jiffy Lube had replaced it.
You know, the FCC is looking into charges that Fox News might have slanted their election night coverage last November. Fox News has long been reputed to be biased toward the right-wing conservative faction, but they've denied any slant in their coverage of that historic election. Well, the Sayre Wrightwood Report has obtained a tape of Fox election night coverage so that you can decide for yourself whether or not it was slanted. Let's take a look.
Just a reminder that polls remain open in certain parts of this misguided country so that we here at Fox News can project a winner until all polls are closed. But unless Vietnam War hero John McCain has a horseshoe up his nostrils, things look good for that terrorist-loving scarecrow with the questionable middle name. Is that how you see it, Ann Archer Preston?
No, it is not. For God's sakes, people. McCain was a war hero. He bleeds the old red, white, and blue. He sits steaming in an enemy prison. And Sarah Palin... Well, for God's sakes, people, McCain was a war hero. Have you once
My mother just called Weeping from Ohio, which is now a blue state. My brother is sitting out in his lawn in the club, and I don't mean a ham and cheese sandwich.
More bad news for America's hope. The people in 7 out of the McCain 8 houses have voted Obama. And now I'm being told that we have a guest with us in the studio to assess the chances of the great John McCain. We will be using our holographic technology to make it look like he's in the studio with us when in fact he is elsewhere. Let's bring in our guest now to discuss McCain's chances.
I don't like the looks of this. We'll let you get back to Larry King's guest house.
You see how many people deserve to turn in their voters' cards?
Absolutely not, stinking liberals.
Well, I think that might be a little biased, but what do I know? In a move critics say might have been made for the purpose of self-preservation, Cook County Board President Todd Stroger has hiked the tax on tar and feathers.
You like that one? Our reporter Mike Conrad offers another in his series of Mike Meets the People, wherein he meets with average Joes in local bars across this great city to get their take on today's hot-button issues. Tonight, Mike is at Tommy's Drill and Grill to meet the people. Waiting for the bartender.
Yeah. The bartender's taking too long of a break, don't you think? He needed a drink.
That's why I can't be a lawyer. I can never pass the bar.
Sorry.
Yes. We're in the studio. Scoot over.
Where?
Oh, yeah, we're in the studio. Sorry.
Well, that's why we built the bar here.
What do you do? Kind of thirsty.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Give me a beer, Tommy?
Yeah, of course. You know, that's what we're here for.
You want to buy one or be one, man?
Hey, how about the anchor? You want one too?
Hi, everybody.
yeah, sure.
Mike Conrad from the Sayer Wrightwood Report. How's everybody doing? Bartender, give me a beer.
Mike Conrad from that ignorant news production? You got a lot of nerve coming in here. I saw that report you did on peanut butter flavored dishwashing liquid. Yeah. What the hell was that? You're the worst. Why don't you get out of here? Why don't you get that guy out of here and never come back?
Get out.
Yeah. You was in here the other week as a customer. You were hitting on every man and woman in the place.
You didn't hit on me.
The bartender even had a highness chihuahua. You lonesome skunk. You stole my blind dog's food dish. I hate you, man.
Jimmy's right. You know, you galloped in here a week ago in women's clothes, you perverted sicko. Why don't you get the heck out of here, cross-dresser?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just here to...
Yeah, you're here to cause more trouble, man. Like that time you spit on a picture of President Carter we had hanging up in the back room. Think we didn't know about that, you lying weasel? Nobody wants you here, man. Hit the road.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
come back no more.
Yeah. You still owe me for that fire you started in the men's room after you had that fist fight with my 93-year-old mother, you pathetic loser. Why don't you get out of here and never come back?
All right.
You know,
All right.
Get another job.
Yeah.
I
You know, go to
I
places.
hear Belushi's looking for a stunt double. Get the heck out of here.
Jeez. Hope you enjoyed tonight's edition of Mike Meets the People, where we found out that tonight this stupid newscast keeps making absurd as me, Mike Conrad. Go Cubs!
A report tonight contends Mayor Daley may have been on steroids when he bid for the 2016 Olympics, rapid expense to taxpayers, a target for terrorism, the night march traffic jams aside. Daley is sure the games will want to come to the city, famed for mob hits. The mayor says if the bid fails, he will try to get Wheel of Fortune to broadcast here for a week that year. And now, Chicago and its near western suburbs were recently put under a coyote warning. Here is our reporter, Bonnie Bray, to talk to one of those infamous intruders.
Yeah, how about that Bulls game today, huh? Yeah, let's get together for some old-fashioned yowling. Yeah, love those Bulls. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to win either. Yeah. Oh!
Mr. Coyote, you do realize that you are not wanted in these parts, correct?
That's what they said to Roland Burris, but he's still in the Senate.
What brings you coyotes into the city?
Blue Man Group, have you seen it? It's great. That and the quality of garbage is much better here in the city than it is out in the forest. I had a cheesecake box the other day. Mwah.
When you frighten people, you smell bad, and you might be rabid.
And I'd like to announce my candidacy for governor of Illinois.
Seriously, do you think you and your relatives could head back to the woods and leave us humans alone?
Well, you know it's tempting because the sales tax here is killer. But the kids are getting older and they really should have disemboweled a terrier or two by now, so we'll probably stick around for a while. But listen, I'd like to talk some more, but I got a craving for Italian, and Mr. Bertelli takes out the garbage about 10 o'clock, so you know where I'm headed. But in the meantime, the hell with you, huh? Yeah, those Bulls.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. A new report says Roland Burris offered to compete in the Tour de France, babysit the octuplets, leap through a hoop of fire, and wrestle a bear in order to be named senator from Illinois. We were going to ask Burris for a comment, but figured the odds of him telling the truth were pretty long. According to a highly placed source, there is a person in tonight's audience who does not have a Facebook page. More as the story develops. But now, We recently uncovered a hidden tape of ex-Governor Blagojevich. Let's take a look at that now.
Good evening. It's the postseason Easter sale at RBHSF, and all you Illinois citizens will be wanting to take advantage of all we have for sale this week, starting with this lovely tax break, perfect for the small business or someone wishing to cut a few corners to open up that first little shop. Yes, this lovely tax break can be yours for a giant contribution to my political war chest or my defense fund, whichever's more urgent. Call 1-888-VIVA-RIDE and please make that giant contribution. You know, folks, you're probably wondering, how do I get this lustrous, wavy, really outdated hair now? Let me tell you, it's through this special line of hair care products called Simply Indicted. Yes, sentence your hair, folks, to look absolutely fabulous with Indicted. Yours today for a large contribution to one of my wife's favorite charities, me. 1-888-VIVA-RIDE. It's a just in time for Mother's Day. Hi, Mom. You know, you know what? I don't usually use the gubernatorial limo all that much. So I'm renting it out for weddings, birthdays, and bar mitzvahs. Ride like I do, ladies and gentlemen. No, not in the back of a police car. But in the luxury granted an elected official. Rent Rod's ride and line my pockets with large, crisp bills today, and you can ride like a crooked politician tonight. 1-888-VIVA-RIDE. You know, folks, it's about all the time we have left. As a matter of fact, I may be doing some time. I see the district attorney starting to taser my wife. I got a feeling I could be next. Oh, it's the big one. It's the big one, George Ryan. I'm coming to join you, babe.
Congratulations to St. William's own Father Mike Shershell, who has been named Grand Marshal of the Southside Irish Parade next year. See, there is no Southside.
First, the Tribune filed for bankruptcy, then the Sun-Times. Now, the long-running publication Mad Magazine. When contacted, cover boy Alfred E. Newman replied, "Now I am worried."
Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig says the United States will take part in the next World Baseball Classic only if the other countries will let them win. If we want losing, said Selig, we'll go to a Cubs game in October. I don't want to do this next story. I can't.
What do you mean you can't do the story? This is news, you have to do the story.
I can't. It's my aunt. I told her to knock it off, but I...
What about your aunt?
Well, you know that guy that rollerblades on the corner of Grand and Harlem all the time, and he gestures and he showboats, he does that whole act?
Yeah, he's cute from a distance, but that's your aunt?
No, that's not. But it gave her ideas, and now I see she's made the news, and I'm sick about it, and I can't do the story.
All right, well, fine. Give me the story, and I will do it.
I can't stick around.
All right, well, if you're a resident of the Montclair Elmwood Park area, you've probably seen the guy who rollerblades and gestures wildly while doing stunts before bemused motorists. Well, Clara Portelli was inspired by this young man, and this grandmother of four has taken to that very same street corner to show off her particular talent, pancake making. displays her award-winning style of making pancakes to passing motorists during afternoon rush. Her unique style has been described as half Betty Crocker, half mental patient. And drivers are starting to take to her daily performances. She says she only gets half the middle fingers motorists used to dish out to her. We hope she'll be flipping flapjacks on Grand and Harlem for years to come.
All right, Aunt Clara, all right, that's enough. If you're gonna work the corner, be a hooker. It's less embarrassing.
I'm happy you heard! They're out of the will!
I don't care about the will. Get off and stay. No more of her at the family reunion. No.
Okay. I got it. All right, well.
Well, that's our news for tonight, but for one last piece of business, I've decided to leave the newscast, a spur-of-the-moment decision that my colleagues on the set are hearing for the first time, so that I may pursue other projects.
Wow, what a shock. We'll miss you. And how typical of your fortitude, leaving steady, reliable employment in this questionable economy to pursue your interests.
Well, I'll miss working with the many... What?
Just to toss this high-profile job aside, the big money meaning nothing to you, because you have other worlds to conquer.
Well, it has been my honor to... Hey, say that again?
And this crew will miss you. And even if I get to anchor solo and get a bump in salary, I will continue to miss your insight.
You think you'll get the gig?
No, what does it matter to you? What matters is we forged a friendship to last through the ages. And as I sit here each night, I'll think of you as you're out there tilting at windmills, trying to find those new worlds to conquer, regardless of what it means to your bottom line.
Maybe I could write a blog or something.
No, I'm sorry. I've gone on, and I know you want to say farewell to your local fandom. So please, continue.
Yeah. You know, I just had an epiphany.
No.
How could I consider vacating this anchor slot, and not because I have a BMW to pay off, but because I miss the fans and the crew, and of course you.
Yeah.
And so...
management has already sent out the press releases. You're out.
No. Can
Yes,
we
you
talk
are.
about this? I don't want to go.
Out.
Woo!
Get out.
Out! Leave me alone! Freaking head! Quick!
Let's go.
Leave me alone! I don't want to go! My ex wants her alimony! No! Tell the world my story!
Watch my report again tomorrow. That's the good news. Good night from the Sayre Brightwood Report.
The Harlem Nights players have worked on this for many months to make you laugh tonight, so I want to just bring them out really quick. We'll meet them as we bring them out, starting with... Here, I have to have their names even though I worked with them for 5 months. First, we'll do it alphabetically. Here is Irrigamity Rosta Posta, Laura Benston. Assistant Director Kate Broon, sitting right here. Colleen Jones, right here. Mike Conrad, where are you, Mike? Joey Martacci, Joey. The youngest cast member, Jacob Perlman. The man of 1,000 disguises, Rick Pizzita. Let me see him. The Thomas sisters, Donna Thomas and Lenita Thomas. Supersonic! John Wasney! There he is. And our newest cast member, Allison Whitley! Our kitchen people who will remain on duty to serve you tonight, Louise Steppen, Carol Conrad. Our bartender is Julie Gorski and Father Mike Churchell. Our technical director is Chris Davis with Ed Roberson and Agnes Roberson. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. We're going to have karaoke. We're going to have silent auction, raffles, food and drink. We're going to party till midnight. Thank you.
And on behalf of the cast and myself, I also want us to make sure we acknowledge Jeff Quinn, director, writer, magic man.
All right, well, you know, it's time now for our own weatherman, who can only hope to be as popular as the one we have here with us today. But here is our weather guy, Mr. Bob Safely. Bob, come on. Oh, look.
Just thank you, John, and thank you, Carrie, for that splendid introduction. I just wanted to point it out that today's boutonniere is from the 5th graders at St. William's School. They happily gave it to me. Oh, no. Sorry about that. Oh, sure. Good thing there was nothing there to see.
Oh! Just keep on going. Go.
Anyway, I am just absolutely, it is with deep regret that I must inform you that clouds and a few sprinkles cast a distinct pall on the opening of this day. Depression, delusion, dejection are weather watchwords. It's from the bottom of my heart, from the very depths of my soul, that I wish that the sweet sunshine would break through. But alas, it is not to be. And on behalf of myself and my family, our sincerest apologies. The current temperature is 52. Fewer than the number of people who perished on the Titanic, but more than the amount of vitamins in a single glass of tomato juice, to put it in some perspective. Remember it, savor it, pull out another sweater, Mr. Volkman, and celebrate it. Celebrate it. And I bring word of an expansive high-pressure system moving east. And the result will be the thing that we crave, the thing we seek on a day such as today. We will take delivery on the sun that will nourish both mind and body. Light winds, low humidity, bliss beyond compare. Here then is the forecast. Today we hope...
Where'd you come from?
You got the wrong color on the cold front. That's supposed to be blue. That'll go up here.
Talk to the staff.
We just read stories. Can we just
You know who told me to tell you? Tom Skillet.
Well, we're going to go talk to the vice president in charge of looking out the window.
That was that P.J. Flynn?
P.J. Hoff. Hoff Flynn, who... Figgy Flynn, P.J. Hoff.
I know you do the forecast while he supervises. Continue your forecast.
continue, Bob?
Well, here that is the forecast. Tonight,
just like I was.
that's why we give the wrong colors.
Tell Mr. Broke with the forecast.
Well, here that is the forecast.
He's gonna give you the forecast.
Today,
Keep your eye on it.
we cope with cloud, a reflection of our own inner demons, with a 60% chance that the rain that does fall will add to our growing despair. The high temperature today will be 60 degrees, which is the new 40 degrees. So for the love of all that's holy, Chicagoans, dress accordingly. I beg you. Tonight,
You have always been my idol.
I'm honored to hear that.
And I have your autograph.
Absolutely.
I'm going to quit. You're so much better than me.
Tonight, exceedingly dark, with a few streaks of light before daybreak. The night sky will be mostly clear, but few of you will know or care, content to sleep in peaceful bliss as the temperature drops to 50. The age a man first begins to consider his own mortality. Aye, but tomorrow brings the sun, the promise of spring fulfilled. Weather in which a game of baseball can be savored. Fine weather for anything from a picnic lunch in the park to a Greek Orthodox priest tossing holy water on a dugout. The high temperature will be in the 60s. The era of Vietnam and the civil rights movement that made my mother cry and my father drink to wretched excess. But though tomorrow is promised to no man, all 80 computer models indicate that, as always, clouds and rain be vanquished. Abundant sunshine doth prevail. As always, this weather segment brought to you by Crocker's Gas Axer. Gas your gas with Gas Axer and do it now. That's the weather, everybody. Enjoy.
Wow, this one's dark. And now for the latest from Wall Street, our business reporter, Hugh Bloke, the finance broke. You broke, the finance bloke. Here he is. Uh-oh. Wow. So what's going on Wall Street, Hugh? What can you tell us?
How's the Dow?
Things will get better. You come to your senses, man. What about...
Oh, the humanity!
Stock report.
How's the
Stock.
Nasdaq?
Oh, the agony! Oh, the horror! Ah!
What about the Dow Jones? Can you tell us about the Dow Jones?
Goodbye!
Oh my goodness. Well, it looks like finally another down day on Wall Street, I'd say.
Let's hope for better things tomorrow.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Well, perhaps not for you.
No.
That sounded pretty bad. And now, with breaking news in the western suburbs, are Michelle Gallardo. Michelle.
Excuse me, that's Michelle Giliardo.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Of course I meant Michelle Gallardo.
No, it's Michelle Giliardo. Don't insult my family, okay?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. Here is our reporter, Michelle Giliardo.
Look, I don't want to have to hurt you, okay? It's Michelle Giliardo, and I'll slice you like a tobacco farmer. You got me?
All right, here's our reporter of breaking news. Take it away, whoever you are. Go.
Thank you, anchor person.
All right.
This is Michelle Giliardo, and this quiet neighborhood in the western suburbs was shaken by a random beating that sent one man to the hospital with minor injuries. The beating took place right here on Rosebud Lane, a peaceful, quiet community where neighbors gather for weekly coffees and go to church every Sunday.
According to police, Edgar Klopp was jumped and punched until he spoke pig Latin. Neighbors say Edgar Klopp was a quiet, peaceful man, and why anyone would want to beat him until he thought he was Betsy Ross, no one knows. Who would have the nerve to beat a man? A man who cannot defend himself. It's something that this reporter, nor this community, could possibly understand. This is Michelle Giliardo. Who? Michelle Giliardo, you slipknot. Be quiet before I beat you some more, you clown. And now back to you with the studio.
Now it's time for a look at summer blockbusters suited for teenagers. To report on that, here is our teenage movie critic, Joanna Acme. Hello, Joanna.
Yeah.
Joanna, you want to hang up? You got a little...
Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, if your parents increased your allowance, you're going to want to take a chunk of change to the local theater to see Freddy Krueger meets the Jonas Brothers, a new bloody flick from the producers of Friday the 13th. In this horror flick, the Jonas Brothers get to do 3 songs before Freddy takes revenge on behalf of all music-loving teenagers everywhere. A nice touch as the boys wind up screaming a lot louder and longer than their audiences do. Swimsuit Malibu Vampires may not be the most well-written movie I've seen, but the hunkitude that populates the bloody beaches of Southern California, courtesy of cuties with bicuspids the size of daggers, makes this a must-see for you and your girlfriends. This is the sequel to Blondes That Fight, a little picture that got me grounded for 2 weeks when it was learned I snuck out of the house with my BFF Jenny. It's a little out there, but it's so fun. 1877 Cars for Kids, the movie, is even more annoying than the song. In this mostly sucky flick, a group of high school slackers plan to take your parents' car to school day without telling them. When one of them inadvertently runs over the principal, it's up to the school's least intelligent student, Dudley Dimmer, to save the day. The film soundtrack is also bad, with the annoying title track 1877 Cars for Kids, along with Principal and Pavement, making for particularly bad listening. But finally, an odd mix of folk singing and teenage angst come together in this big screen adaptation of the Broadway hit Celtic Woman, Clean My Room. An Irish folk singer moves in with moody teens to motivate them through her music from her homeland. I was in the lobby playing Skullmuggers by the 20-minute mark. This toxic dump would believe it. But you know what? That's all I got. I gotta go. I'm outie!
Now, for word on some summer blockbusters for teenage movie fans, here is our own teenage film critic, Joanna Acme.
Hey,
All right, if your parents increased your allowance, you're going to want to take a chunk of change to the local theaters and see Freddy Krueger meets the Jonas Brothers, a new bloody flick from producers of Friday the 13th. In this horror epic, the Jonas Brothers get to do 3 songs before Freddy takes revenge on behalf of all music-loving teenagers everywhere, and a nice touch as the boys wind up screaming a lot louder than their audience do. Swimsuit Malibu Vampires may not be the most well-written movie I've ever seen, but the honkitude that populates the bloody beaches of Southern California, courtesy of cuties with bicuspids the size of daggers, makes this a must-see for you and your buddies. The sequel to Blondes That Fight, a little picture that got me grounded for 2 weeks. I once learned I snuck out to see it with my buddy, my BFF Jenny. She's so out there. Oh my gosh! And 1877 Cars for Kids, the movie, is even more annoying than that song. And this mostly sucky flick, a group of high school slackers plan a take-your-parents'-car-to-school day without telling them. When one of them inadvertently runs over the principal, it's up to the school's least intelligent student, Dudley Dimmer, to save the day. The film soundtrack is also with that annoying song, 1877, Cars for Kids, along with Principal and Pavement, making for particularly glad listening. Finally, an odd mix of folk singing and teenage angst comes together with this big screen adaptation of the Broadway hit Celtic Woman Clean My Room. An Irish folk singer moves in with her moody teens, hoping to motivate them through the music of her homeland. I was in the lobby playing Skullmuggers by the 10-minute mark of this toxic dump. That's all I got to say. I'm outie!
And now, reporting from Bonnie Gray about one of Chicago's very own.
Chicago baseball fans, especially Northsiders, know this colorful symbol of the baseball season, Ronnie Woo Woo Wickers. He gained fame just by doing this. Cubs, woo! Cubs, woo! Cubs, woo! At every game. Thanks for joining us, Ronnie. Joining, woo! Joining, woo! Joining, woo! Sometimes he adds a player's name. Ramirez, woo! Lee, woo! Soto, woo! How did you begin your shrieking career? Shriek, woo! Shriek, woo! Shriek, woo! Guys, he certainly is committed to his craft. Committed, woo! Committed, woo! Committed, woo! And his limited vocabulary does not get in the way of his enthusiasm.
Could you ask Ronnie a question for us, please? Has anyone ever wanted to just beat the bejeebers out of him because...
Bejeebers, woo! Bejeebers, woo! Bejeebers, woo! There's your answer. He's Ronnie Woo Woo Wickers, one of Chicago's very own. Unfortunate.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Yes, he is.
The FCC is looking into charges that Fox News might have slanted their election night coverage last November. Fox News has long been reputed to be biased toward the right-wing conservative faction, but they've denied that their reporting had any such slant to it. The Sayre Rightwood Report has obtained a tape of Fox election night coverage so that you can decide for yourself whether they slanted their coverage towards the right. Let's take a look at that tape now.
Just a reminder that polls remain open in certain parts of this misguided country so that we here at Fox News cannot project a winner until all polls are closed. But unless Vietnam War hero John McCain has a horseshoe up his nostrils, things look good for that terrorist-loving scarecrow with the questionable middle name. Is that how you see it, Anna Archer Preston?
For God's sake, people, he was a war hero. He sat steaming in an enemy war prison. He bleeds the red, white, and blue. And Sarah Palin... For God's sake, people, John McCain was a war hero. Have you looked at these returns? Have you all gone mad?
My mother just called Weeping from Ohio, which is now a blue state. My brother is sitting out on his lawn with a club, and I don't mean a ham and cheese sandwich.
More bad news for America's hopes. The people in 7 of the 8 McCain houses voted Obama. And I'm being told we have a guest with us to assess the chances of the great John McCain. We'll be using our holographic technology. It makes it look like the guest is in the studio with us, although he's elsewhere. Let's have a look.
Uh-oh. I don't like the looks of this. We'll let you get back to Larry King's guest house.
Now let's go to Hussein's home state and see how many people deserve to turn in their voters' cards.
Wow, interesting footage.
All right, the uncertain prices at the gas pump actually create employment for Jack Robitussin. He works for Phil's filling station on Fullerton. For a report, let's go to our own Kathy Kirkweasel. Kathy.
Thank you, John. We're here at Phil's tonight to speak to a man who benefits from the fluctuating gas prices, Jack Robitussin. Jack, can you hear me up there?
Sure can!
What exactly is your job, Jack?
I post the new gas prices up here. Hey, I haven't seen my family in weeks. Hey, buddy, can you toss me up a number 4? Geronimo! See, falling prices can hurt too. That's a little trade joke.
How many times a day do you have to change the prices, Jack?
Well, you see, I wear an electronic collar, and whenever the price moves, the boss shocks me as many cents as necessary. Saves me a trip up and down this ladder. Oh no, here it comes. Ouch! Ow!
Whoa!
Whee! Wow. Hey, buddy, can you throw me a 4? That one hurt, huh? That's another trade joke.
Tell me, do you ever get...
Oh, a bird! Get out of here, you filthy crow!
Are birds a hazard?
Yes, but I was talking to you.
Do you ever get a break?
Funny you should ask. I got a hairline fracture of the right hand giving the finger to angry motorists. Like this is supposed to be my fault?
I meant a vacation. Do you get a vacation?
This fall, and I should not say fall, I'm going moose hunting with Sarah Palin. Oh no, here. Ouch!
Oh, no, no.
Reporting from Phil's filling station on Fullerton, where prices are falling. Kathy Kirkweasel, back to you.
Our reporter Mike Conrad offers another in his series, Mike Meets the People, wherein he meets with average Joes in local bars across this great city to get their take on today's hot button issues. Tonight, Mike is at Tommy's Drill and Grill to meet the people.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Conrad from the Say and the Right Woodward Port. Bartender, give me a brew.
Conrad? From that top-rated news show? Hey, you're welcome here anytime. Your money's no good. Here, just get your hand out of your pocket. Hey, I saw that report you did on the 10 greatest peanut butter snacks of all time. That was inspired. You're a genius. I think your middle name must be Dick, ain't it?
Yeah, you was in here the other week as a customer. You not only bought everybody a drink, you bought my blind dog a Braille wristwatch. You know what? This guy here, he's not only kind, he's lucky. He always has the rabbits with him. That's why he wears corrective shoes.
Hey, I know you not only were getting people, everybody a drink, you were collecting canned goods for the West Side Homeless Shelter. You're the most selfless media icon I've ever seen.
You just come here to...
Yeah, you came here to spread more goodwill, like the time you hung that picture of Mr. Rogers in the men's room. I love the ambiance. And if that wasn't enough, when you and your buddy gave that homeless guy a gift card to the White Castle drive-thru, forget about it. I want to party with you, cowboy.
Yeah, he was talking sweet to all the girls. He even talked nice to me.
That was cool. Hey, I even owe you an incredible debt of gratitude for, chasing down that thug who snatched my 93-year-old mother's purse.
Cheers.
You chased him a mile and got back her Social Security check. Hey, I'm sorry you got to go, Mike, but I hear you're going to be the guest referee for that celebrity mixed martial arts match between Judy Bartopinka and Roland Burris. Come back anytime.
Yeah, man. You're welcome here, man.
Bless you.
Bless
you. Bless you. Hey, we might be able to catch that match on TV.
Hope you enjoyed tonight's edition of Mike Meets the People, where we found out that people's main concern seems to be me, Mike Conrad. I took their wallets.
Okay.
And now for a report on recent purse snatchings in the western suburbs. Here's our own Cynthia Hartsweller. Cynthia?
Cynthia.
Thank you so much. I'm talking with Veronica Paddock, who was a victim of a purse snatching on this block yesterday. Veronica, sweetie, what can you tell us?
You are so much prettier in person than you are on TV.
Oh, thank you.
But anyways, I was walking home the other day after a hard day at work.
Oh, isn't work awful? I had some bad days too. We all know what that's like, my darling.
Well, anyways, I was walking and I hit my purse and I had it pushed up against my coat.
Oh, that's a wonderful coat, cream puff. Is it warm?
Well, yeah, it's quite warm. But anyways, I was minding my own business.
Oh, you have to, kitten, like that. My mama always told me, never to mind anybody's business but your own. You don't get into trouble that way, I tell you that, honey bunch.
Yeah, well, before I knew it, I felt a hand grab my arm here.
Oh, that must have been frightening, cucumber butt. I mean, really, to have some strange hand suddenly just latch on to you. I had that happen to me once down on 57th, so I know what you must have been thinking, sweet butter. Come on, oh, baby.
Yeah, well, before I knew it.
Isn't that the worst sugar lips when before you even know something, it happens? I mean, it's just like totally unexpected. Something happens and you wasn't even thinking about it. Right, Candy Butt?
Yeah, you grabbed my purse and you just ran down the street with it.
You know what? My son got cross-checked in a hockey game one time, nigga pudding pop. And I was so mad. And there was nothing I could do. So I can imagine how this must have affected you, sirloin burger.
Let me tell you, it was a lot less odd and scary than this interview.
Thank you so much, my furry little toilet seat, for sharing this story and telling all our wonderful, beautiful viewers to be careful. You have really been a help, puppy stains. And now, back to my two special mint blossoms back in the studio. Love you both.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Do you think we should call 911 or should we just move on?
I think we need
We have just received word of a power outage on the west side, and for that story, let's go right to our reporter, Lily Stinkmaster. Lily, what can you tell us? I'm here with ComEd worker Dave Sharpley on the phone, trying to get this mess straightened out. What seems to be the problem, Dave?
My wife, we're having chili again. They're having this week.
I mean the power outage. Oh, what caused it?
A massive thunderstorm, a small fire, a squirrel nibbled a wire. I'm not a swami, pick one.
How long until the energy is restored?
If I get another cup of coffee in me, I'll be peachy. Then you'll see some magic.
Now let me ask you this. Why is this block over here completely dark, and this one over here has its lights burning?
Maybe they're better people, more deserving of precious light and energy. Have you ever considered that?
No.
Well, you see, Lily, what most people don't understand is that what we're dealing with here is an intricate series of breakers, wires, connections, boosters, carriers, conductors, and grids, which can easily result in an alleviation of the necessary surge, which can upset the balance of the neutrons and protons, that has ramifications far beyond the comprehension of most.
And what does that mean?
Some clumsy jackass probably tripped over a wire at the power plant. Hey, it took me 7 weeks to memorize that stupid line. The least you can do is laugh. Good luck with your lights.
Well, we'll let you get back to working with that old wooden pole.
No, he usually has more of a personality than that. Besides, John is Sicilian.
For the Sarah Wrightwood Report, I am Lily Stinkmaster.
recap of this week's Hollywood happenings once more, the Thomas sisters.
Maria Tosca Simmons announced that she and Hollywood hunk Richard Todd Rollins are expecting twins this fall. Meanwhile, Tanya Mulholland is signed to star in 2 movies in 2010, one about the life of the immortal Josephine Lux. Mulholland's agent, Jeremy Gomez, married Courtney Livingston in Spain last weekend. Rapper Esposito Zoom Zoom made news when he got into a battle with a photographer outside of Mukasa last week. Police were called and the rapper, whose hit album, I Am, You Are Too, went platinum last week, was freed on bond. That's the report from Hollywood.
What are you looking at? I don't know who any of those people are. I never heard of one of them.
I keep telling you, get a subscription to People magazine, or at least watch TMZ once in a while.
There ain't no Esposito Zoom Zoom.
Yes, there is.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't.
There is too.
Nobody named their child Esposito Zoom Zoom.
Okay, all right, I made it all up.
I knew it.
But nobody knows who anybody is anymore. Everybody's on the CW. Nobody knows any of them.
The Easter Bunny ain't for real either.
Who's saying that?
There's no blueberry.
Shut up!
Hey, no, I don't want to do this next story. I can't do it.
Oh, what do you mean you want to? This is the news. You have to do the story.
No, it's my aunt. I can't. I told her to knock it off, but...
Your aunt? Well, what about your aunt?
You know that guy that rollerblades on the corner of Grand and Harlem
he's
all the
really
time?
weird, yeah.
He's just weird. He's a good guy. He gestures and he showboats. He does this whole act on Grand.
That's your aunt?
No, that's not my aunt.
Oh.
But it gave her ideas, and now I see she's made the news, and I'm sick about it.
Okay, all right then. Then give me the story, and I'll do it.
All right, I'm not even going to
Okay,
say it.
fine, go.
I
Just
don't want to see this.
Give me the story. If you're a resident of the Montclair Elmwood Park area, you've probably seen the guy who rollerblades and gestures wildly while doing stunts before bemused motorists. Well, Claire Portelli was inspired by the young man, and this grandmother of 4 has taken to that very same corner, and where she shows off her particular talent, pancake making. We hope she'll be flipping flapjacks in Grand and Harlem for years to come.
No more family reunions for that woman.
Did you know that she was a guy?
Aunt Clara was really Uncle Tom.